Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to Wendy's Way. I apologize for my perspiration. It's been a wonderful, busy day. I've been canning, I've been crocheting, I've been doing laundry and all kinds of household chores. And I don't know if you heard that, but that was the first of 6 quarts sealing. A beautiful sound. In this video, I want to show you my latest crochet creation. I'm in the midst of crocheting far too many projects, but the one that I finished yesterday, I want to make a video of. It is a baby blanket, the first of 4 that I'll be crocheting before July, hopefully before June. And I found a stitch pattern that I've done once or twice before, and it goes really fast. And it works up really nice with the yarn that I decided to use for it. And I worked it so that I could use every inch of yarn and not have any leftovers. I even had to order a little more to have matching borders in the choice color of the young mother who's receiving it. So I'm going to do a spin around here and show you my latest baby blanket. That doesn't work, but I'll stop it and turn around. All right, this is my latest baby blanket. And I think I like it just about as well, if not better, than any I've made in recent history. Yes, I do still have tails to weave in. There are several on the other side that you don't see. But I'm approximating it at 36 by 36 inches. So it's not enormous, but I think it's big enough to keep a baby warm in lots of different situations. The yarn that I used for the middle, and I've noticed that on my camera, everything looks a little more green, and in real life, everything looks a little more blue. You know, this border yarn and in here is a little more of a dark turquoise or a dark teal. Yeah, just a little more blue in real life than in the camera. And in the camera, it almost looks like there's a tan hue to it when there really isn't. There's some gray and different shades of blue and turquoise and pink and lavender. Oh, it's just a gorgeous, gorgeous yarn. So what I used for, hey, there goes another jar. What I used for the body of this blanket, different color, obviously, but the name of the yarn is Cookie. And it's a color change yarn, not variegated, because in a variegated yarn, like you'll find in, well, almost all brands of yarn have offered variegated at one point or another. The color change in variegated is consistent. The colors go in the same order and the same length of yarn, so that depending on how you crochet it, you can make a pattern because the color changes are consistent. With color changing yarn, the color changes are not consistent. Different lengths, different shades going from, you know, yarn to yarn. All right, this is Cookie. It's something that I ordered from Hobbii Yarns, HOBBII.com. And let's see. Lot number, I guess, is 06 and the color number 46209. They don't give it a name, I don't believe. We need to turn this around. It is 100% acrylic, and it is a super soft acrylic. It says it's a size 5, which would make it a bulky yarn. I disagree. I would say, you know, there are some places within the skein where it gets a little thicker and some places a little thinner. But in my approximation, it may range from a 3 to a 5. but more of the skein was closer to 3 than it was to 5, which I prefer, especially when making baby blankets. It says, oh, excuse my fingernails, I stripped the polish off and I haven't repolished them. 200 grams in a ball, 600 meters, which is probably going to give you in the neighborhood of 650 yards. And, you know, their suggestions on the size that you should use. Okay, now I used 2 balls, exactly 2 balls of this cookie yarn. And because with a corner to corner stitch pattern, I can't show you how to do it. I'm even going to, on my next one, going to have to watch the start over video again, because you start here and you're making little squares with 3 double crochet in each. And you start here and you grow in this direction with the corner to corner pattern. So I simply kept going back and forth until the first ball ran out. I increased until the first ball ran out. And then when I tied on the second ball, I started decreasing. And so then you decrease by a set of 3 double crochet on each end and continue to go back and forth until you get to the other end. And when I got to the other end, I had some yarn left. And so I was able to, thank the Lord, with a single crochet, actually go all the way around the edge to make a single crochet border with the same yarn that I used to crochet the blanket. And I had started by putting a double crochet border with the same yarn, but there's the tails that I need to sew in. But I had to frog it because I got about 3/4 of the way around and it was obvious I was not gonna make it. So, you know how we love to frog. But in the end, I played chicken, and with a single crochet border all the way around the blanket, this is what I had left. Is that awesome or what? Oh my goodness, you know it when you play chicken and it works out in your favor and you win. It is so cool. All right, so after I did the single crochet round in the same yarn that the body was made in, then I started with 2 colors for the border of the same style of yarn. And these are different. These didn't even come from Hobby. These came from Ice Yarns. You know, they're one of my favorites also that I order from. Very reasonably priced. Their shipping seems outrageously expensive, but even when you add the shipping and the cost of the yarn together and divide it out, the balls are still cheaper than buying them off the shelf. And I love the quality, the texture, the variety. It's just amazing. So this is Ice Yarns, and they call this Lorena. And both of these are the same style. They are 50 cotton and 50 acrylic. Super soft also. 100 grams in each ball, and they come in 4-ball packs. So, and I've got, 2 packs of each so that I can make something of a decent size with these once I'm done. And this is, I only use this much out of the first ball, and even a little less out of that one. I don't think they named them. Maybe they do. Let me see. Not on the package, I guess. Anyhow, Ice Yarns, made in Turkey, Lorena. Half cotton, half acrylic. So after my single crochet round of border, I started with pink, and I did, because that yarn is technically a little thinner, it is consistently a size 3. And with this one being a little bulkier, this one being a little finer, I went with a half double crochet in every single, all the way around. And I turned it instead of just going around and around, I turned at the end so that, you know, it wouldn't look like the right side on one side and the wrong side on the other side. You know, it would look the same on both sides. And I gave it, I think, 4 rounds in the pink color. And again, on the camera, it looks a little yellowish, but it's a very pretty light pink color that matches quite a bit of the yarn. Excuse me, quite a bit of the yarn on the inside. So after 4 rounds of pink, then I tied on with the dusty teal or dark turquoise color, and I made a round of half double crochet to form a solid base for my shells. And then I simply did a 6 double crochet shell, skipping 2 stitches in between, putting a half double crochet in the middle, and then skipping 2 and putting a 6 double crochet shell. I know to some that might be like I'm speaking a foreign language if you're not familiar with crochet, and I do apologize because, you know, I'm not going to be able to make a tutorial video. It lays pretty well. I likely won't block it. You know, it's a little wavy on the edges, but not much. And you're going to be wrapping a baby up in it anyway. So after my row of half double, my row of 6 double crochet shells with a half double in between, then I went around and capped it off with a final row of half double crochet, putting 2 in the top of every shell, you know, 2 in 1 stitch, so that it would maintain the round, like you do when you make corners and you put 3 in each corner to take it around so that it doesn't fold over. My corners ended up funny too, but they're, you know, it all matches. For not following a pattern, I think it turned out pretty good. Pretty good. And I turned each row on the teal as well so that it wouldn't look one-sided. It's truly reversible. You know, it looks almost exactly the same on both sides. Both the body stitches and the border stitches look almost exactly the same on both sides. Okay. This, my latest baby blanket creation. I don't know if I'm going to name it or I'm just going to call it Baby Stults 2.0. That'll be it. It's for a little girl on the way in April. So I'll tie the tails in and get started on the next one, which I think I'm making in this. Some purple, some pink, some blue, some gold. You know, I love these color combinations that are gender neutral. So that one's for a girl, so I use the pink and teal on the border. I have 2 who come next that I'm not sure of the gender either. So I'm going to stick with gender neutral until I get to the 4th one, and that one's a little boy. But I have a lot of these cookie yarns in different color combinations, and one of them, I got 2 balls of each, just so that I knew I could make something, obviously 36 by 36, now I know. 2 balls of each, and the one which is primarily blue, I'm going to use for the little boy from green. You know who you are. Get ready, girlfriend. Okay. I thank you again for joining me at Wendy's Way. I so appreciate the fact that you tune into my videos, and I hope that you'll give it a thumbs up and you'll subscribe to the channel if you do enjoy it, and that you'll share it on social media if you feel so inclined. So at the end of this video, I would love to tell you that I pray the good Lord who blesses me each and every day of my life will bless you as well, today and always. Amen.